I don't actually see anything wrong with that.
You gotta peel it off, homie. You have to
Dude,
like
I
you have
read
to
it.
peel it. You have to. There's more directions underneath that label. Is what I'm telling you.
It's not. It doesn't peel off.
All right, what a
Here, let me look at
terrible,
mine.
terrible day to have ears. Hello, everybody, and welcome to session 22 of D&D. My name is Jacob, or JC, and I'm joined here by 5, hopefully soon to be 6 wonderful people: Jazz, Cody, Suzanne, Helminia, and James, each playing their own wonderful, wonderful characters. If you're watching this stream live on Twitch, thank you so much for watching. If you're watching it on the restream on YouTube, I hope you're enjoying it as well. Either way, make sure to follow or subscribe, whichever one's more prevalent at the time. They're both free, and we love rolling dice. We'd be doing it anyway, but we love to know that you're enjoying the show as well. Besides that, I believe we can just jump straight into a recap. Where we last left off, the group had given its attempts to decipher favorable outcomes using the Grand Library of Usapait, as well as scheming down in the underground area, currying favor with the Mistress, one of the crime bosses underneath, and staying out of the way of the Chainbringer. Picking up supplies, preparing themselves for what is needed, and on returning to the Gorgon's Gaze, found that one of the Mistress's men was waiting for them, with not just one, but 2 potential jobs, taking them in opposite directions and giving them what they wanted most: a way out of the city. To the northern side, a small group of men, along with one VIP, was pulling storage wagons out to the north, seemingly heading or chartered to head to for Bell. However, the spies within the Mistress's confines had determined that too much food for that amount of people were being taken, and these weren't lavish supplies to bulk up or sell in Fort Bell. These were rations, things to be handed out. And as such, with people from the underground organizations going missing, concluded that those storage wagons might have additional cargo. The other group was heading to the south, a larger military scouting force that was set to head towards the central region city of Alari, a city that, after some thinking, Ophelia determined was the city of interest in her vision. However, the choice is up to the group as a whole of which one they'd wish to pursue. And a card has been given and received by the group, needing to send it off and write an answer in before morning. And with that, the group has begun to delve into different ways to prepare, conversations about what needs to happen and which route, if either or neither of them need to be taken. And that's where we left off. I do believe that the night is beginning to slowly reveal itself as the stress from the mental toll that each of you have taken throughout the day is slowly beginning to creep into the presence of each of you. If anyone wants to do anything specific, have any plans for the night, or if everyone was planning on sleeping on it, one of you specifically has the note that is required to be sent to the mistress to accept the job, whichever one you want to. Yes, is the one that has this. But otherwise, all of you have collected at the Gorgon's Gaze. You have certain supplies. The gambling has happened, and Yoi has cleared out who she needs to. I do believe a group of you were considering heading to the Mistress, possibly even about to exit at this moment. Is that still going to be a plan, or is there any changes to it? Because if no one wants to head to the Mistress anymore, then you're all just still in the tavern. Well, the half tavern.
You know, I don't know where we're going. I was just told that maybe we're going to go see about a horse, but like I don't know where the fuck we're going actually.
Got you.
I mean, we can just accept the mission and we'll figure out the horses later.
Let's go do the horses. Horses are important. Let's go fuck with the horses.
Horses are not important.
We need the horses to get over there in time. That was the whole thing, wasn't it?
Not really keen on going north anyway, but I suppose we can go ask.
Thank you.
So who's going?
It was Yoi and Valdin that were left behind to go get dinner.
Yeah.
Okay. I was saying if anyone wanted to change their minds, otherwise that would be the rest of the group heading further into the Mistress's territory.
You should write the acceptance on that note beforehand so we don't just show up uninvited in the middle of the night.
Yeah, I mean, I have it, so.
Showing up uninvited in the middle of the night is a great way to get killed.
I mean, it should be fine, right?
I don't believe so. I know he's calling it connections, but it's not exactly as if I've known these people a great while.
Well, fair enough.
let me know what you're doing.
Well, I'm still going, so let's do it.
You
Did
gotta
you
write
the thing on the note?
yeah.
Oh, yeah, we're going north. I'll write that on the thing.
All right, so you're right north on the note. Anything further, or are you just writing north on the note? Because if you remember, he had said to
How
write what you
far-
wanted on it and then fold the note once you had decided.
I should put we have some questions on it too.
Okay. How far away is the thing? Is the place?
It's not too far. It'd probably be about like maybe a 15 to 18-minute walk for the group of you.
Okay. All right. We want to go north. We have a couple questions. We'll be by in like 20 minutes.
Okay. You gonna fold the note over?
Yeah.
All right. As you take that index card and fold it over, as you crease it, you watch as almost like a wipe of the opacity happens as the card fades from your fingers.
Damn.
All right, lead the way.
All right. Assuming that it's the four of you that stated last session that you're moving to the Mistress's abode, Yoy and Valdin have left in order to get something for the lot of you to eat. And as you all move, you can see, once again, almost this network within a network, this underground within the underground of people that, if you catch their eyes, show more recognition than you'd expect or want from them, as conversations do still, like how Aelin and Ophelia were introduced to this section of town, do still die out as the four of you kind of walk past them. You can see people in different groups exchanging different information, different satchels, pouches, plenty of things. And as the two of them that have been here before actually lead you over to the large, imposing underground mansion, you can see that the lights are still on in each of the windows, though given a bit of a dampen through curtains that are all hung over each of them. No one seems to be on the outer porch of this large building. What would you like to do?
I think we should just wait a bit and see if Jameson comes and greets us.
Mill about.
What do you think is best?
All right. Well, as you all kind of stand awkwardly few paces away from the mansion, eventually you hear a like a odd metal click sound happen from somewhere up, probably on the second or third floor of this mansion. And then a different sound, almost like a bolt or a latch, unlocking itself after about 2 minutes of loitering around. You see the door kind of swing open, and kind of on the side of this door you can see a familiar not necessarily the face you were expecting, but one of the drow women that Ophelia was talking to in the Lather House opened the door. As she looks over the four of you, and as she kind of looks down the porch, just opens her mouth. You've been granted permission to an audience, if you would be so willing to come in.
Let's go.
Lyran's the first one to stride forward, the rest follow in, as she leads you to a different room than Alien and Ophelia recognized beforehand. Instead of twisting left, you guys go right up a staircase, and as you step in, it is another large, well-furnished, extravagant room. Each of you, as you're kind of stepping through a hallway, can see these red brown blotch paintings along the hallways. And as the hefty door actually opens up, you can see one that changes in style in a large sense. Overlooking this room is a massive, about 6 or 7 foot tall framed painting of a what looks like a in the shapely form of a woman posing, a horns kind of curling out the back of her head, just a small barely perceivable canine fang-like teeth protruding from the corners of her mouth. And I won't describe her, the image in the painting any further, because as each of you look at it, the best descriptor is, even if the type of person described in the painting would not be your type, there is some unconscious desire that is evoked from within you as you glance at this painting. And as she is overlooking a desk with a bunch of different pages and quills and inkwells, a kind of deep reddened stained table, a familiar face for the two that have been here before, as Jade is once again poised with her hands steepled. As you all come in, she kind of pulls a hand aside and grabs at a glass of dark wine as she kind of pulls it closer to herself. I was told that there were more of you. Please, have a seat.
I'll set Ophelia down in an adjacent chair and pull one out for myself.
And then sit down next to them.
I'll sit down somewhere.
Okay. Each of you take a seat in the chairs that have been arranged in front of this red-stained wood desk, as this woman in front of each of you kind of turns her attention over to the group of Ophelia and Aelin. Northward, then. I'd color myself surprised, but I'm sure you have ulterior motives.
This one over here, gesturing towards Leyrin, says he has business that way. I'm not so inclined myself.
Well, business is the name of the game eventually. So, as she kind of sets the wine down, grabs a sheet of parchment, kind of unrolls it, and weighs it down with two kind of neatly like dark, almost obsidian, but not quite obsidian black ingots at each side of the paper, takes out a quill, dips it in the inkwell. The questions. I'm sure there are concerns as well. Let them be heard.
He was brief, but he made it clear that our job was to cause a distraction and somehow break the prisoners that are being transported in secret out. Is that the full extent?
I didn't intend for him to specifically say cause a distraction. I do believe your directive is to make sure that shipment doesn't make it to its destination. Now, we prefer confirmation that the cargo is more malicious than it would seem on the outside, but what matters is if Phobel is grabbing things, and she pauses before she says that word, in a malicious sense from us, that cannot stand. I did not
So you don't
ask for a specific way of it being dealt with.
then if that's what we're doing, I don't suppose we'll need those horses. We can just take the cart when we're done, to be honest.
I think the
We were
cart
on-
will still be slow.
I think walking into her home and asking for 6 horses with very little to show for it is a bit slower of an option too. That's technically what we came to do, is request horses. But if we follow the cart out of the city for a bit, we just dispatch who's with it. We can just take the cart and that should be fine.
What
Should I
exactly
s-
do you mean by dispatch the people who are in the carts or with the carts?
I'm sure you're not going to have qualms about us killing people who are effectively slavers at this point.
If that is indeed what they are.
Well, there's
But
lots
it
of
seems
ways.
to me that they don't even know precisely what the cargo is that we're breaking out. Is that inaccurate?
I tend not to fret over every broken egg when I make the omelet. But I suppose we'll adjust to those things as we go through. So, you don't really mind how we do it. We're not exactly going to be able to slip out with them as part of their retinue. How would you propose that we get through the northern checkpoint to follow after them, so to speak?
If you need assistance, we would be able to provide that. The main general way is making sure you're nearly imperceivable as the checkpoint becomes open temporarily for the caravans, whether the one going north or south happens, and then you all slip out as the cart or a dozen fully armored soldiers are, or should be, quite a bit louder than the 4 of you.
You said there was a VIP with them. Would you happen to know who this VIP is?
the city only has a couple VIPs, and only one of them is relatively mobile. They're going home to roost, I'd assume, but the Inquisitor seems to be heading back to Forbel.
This is going to be quite the task.
Yeah, this does.
I've changed my tune. I think we need a little bit more than horses if you want us to be stealing from an Inquisitor.
What are you asking for?
Maybe a dozen more men.
At the minimum.
Ironically, all I'd be able to be supplying is 3, but that's the crew that volunteered to take whichever mission you don't. They do have a bone to pick with the Inquisitor. Apparently, they killed their other member. But that's besides the point, and I figured letting you all, as less reputable, be a little bit more comfortable, and you're taking on a dangerous mission. Anything outside the walls right now, I don't want to expend too much energy on. That's why I figured you and the, we'll call it the other secondary group, fit what I need perfectly.
I mean, this is gonna cost. The Inquisitor was not told to us. And from the accounts I hear of him, he's quite the spectacle.
I've heard so too. But it's not generally our prerogative, nor were we intending you to fight them face to face. Most of my
It was only to stop the cargo.
most of my scouts didn't think you'd be able to hold your own against a soldier, let alone the Inquisitor himself. So they're all seen as dangers to you. Using your head would be in order, not your swords. Of course, if you want to try your hand at it, I'm sure that would make quite the name for yourself, if you do manage to accomplish something along those lines.
Do you have
So-
more information about how many soldiers are going to be with the cart besides the Inquisitor?
3. Inquisitor, 3 soldiers, not town guard, heading back up. We assumed Forbel, from what we've heard from one of them. They're taking 2 main carts, both of them with dual horses, one being substantially larger than the other. Sections of food that would probably feed them for, if it was only the 4 of them, a month and a half. And those carts have been covered, but they are spacious, and metal has been transferred over to where they've been kept. Metal bars. You don't have to be a genius to put together what might be happening.
Can you account for the whereabouts of the Inquisitor's second half?
No one's seen the Inquisitor's other, well, their partner. It's troubling, to say the least. The Inquisitors had 2 major quirks, we'll say. The first is the one we've just discussed, that their partner has at no point shown themselves. And the other is we do not have an exact estimate of when the Inquisitor arrived. Other Inquisitors that have come through on the way to the central region had been passing through Alinar Orin, we've always been able to mark specific times that they've entered and exited the city. We do not know when this one entered, and the other one has been unaccounted for the entire time. They haven't even been mentioned in passing on heading back up north. The group has been stated to be 4, and, well, unless if one of those soldiers are not who they appear to be, or about to fall sick and need a substitute. That does not include another one of them.
The Inquisitor makes this a tricky venture, whether we face him or not. And with such little time to prepare.
I figured it was a lightning in a bottle. We just got exact confirmation of when they were leaving. You said you were looking for work and looking to escape. This was the perfect thing to contact you in everything but the time frame. Now, I figured an Inquisitor can't be worth more than 8 soldiers of the regiment. That would be how many more soldiers about would be heading to the Southern Scouting Force. They're both dangerous opportunities, not just to mention the quarry or the purpose that you're following them for, but also that you're outside the city. Something tells me that due to the fact that all of you ended up down here, you're not having the easiest go of it in our lovely Alinar Orin.
Lovely's not the word I would use, but so to speak, yes. Let's... Okay. I think 3 things should be in order then. We would need horses after we leave the city. There'd be the nature of payment. And a requisition, if you will, to ensure that we get the job done.
Continue.
How much alchemist fire could you get us? Do I know what alchemist fire is? Did I mess up? Should I not know what this is?
I'd be willing to give that to you. Normally I would have.
I'll roll a
Give me
check.
a quick
I'll roll a check for
Arcana. I feel like you can beat it, but
you. Okay.
Do you want advantage for no good reason?
I always want advantage because advantage is a great reason.
Hey man, good thing I can give that to you.
Thanks.
Yeah.
11.
that is enough. You do
She-
know Alchemist Fire, and as she kind of pauses and takes a deep indulgence of the wine before setting it down. I'll see how much I can gather. Horses can be provided, and the assistance in stepping past the northern gate when they leave is still on the table.
Riding horses. Good ones.
Of course.
I was asking for any gold payment on top of this after getting the horses would just be rather uncouth.
Oh, think of the horses as an investment. We can treat it as the first half of the payment to ensure that you can actually pull off this feat. Some sort of secondary payment would, of course, be in order if you ever found yourselves wanting to be back in Eleanor Oren, but you're of no responsibility to come and collect. As you asked for, no commitment past the job.
Transactional relationship. Well, we've got our horses, we've got our opportunity, and we've got our way out of the city.
How many carts were there going to be, did you say again? I'm
Two,
sorry.
one larger than the other.
And do you have any maps of the area immediately outside the gate?
I might be able to grab something for you off the top of my head. The routes outside of Eleanor Oren that they take would be the highly, well, I would assume used to be highly traveled roads. Fort Bell has a quite direct path, almost heading due north, just with a slight western list. Spotted woods, rolling hills, quite calm. Most people say it's a waste of good, fertile land. But I could see if someone could draft something short up. Maybe couple within 10-20 miles outside of Eleanor.
That works. I'll wait for it before going to bed.
She looks at who has been silent. Are you here to voice any concerns, or just be back up in case if I was ungrateful?
I wasn't worried you'd be ungrateful, just suppose wanted to put a face to the name. You wouldn't happen to know, other than the Inquisitor and the guards, who else might be on the transport?
Are you referring to the potential cargo?
Yes, but only if it's people. I'm looking for someone specific. And figured this might be my best bet.
We have guesses about them. Several individuals that hail from each of our societies down here have been reported as missing. Each of them were related in a small section. Two details that tied them together. Each of them were relatively magic inclined, and each of them were external faces of interaction. Those who fretted on the top and had a public persona. They've went missing. Anyone unregistered down here, well, we've found them, or what's left of them, once they've been prosecuted.
Sounds like there's still a possibility.
I wish I could give you better information, but the problem of disappearing without a trace is we aren't exactly sure if someone shows up, whether it would be them. There's no evidence necessarily besides the fact that we haven't found their bodies yet. You'd be expecting around 6, though, those that match those cases. I know
Okay.
mine quite well. I don't know the others. They've been keeping things relatively under wraps.
Well, thank you for any information you've given me and the horses and everything else.
Of course. The horses will be marked on your map that you'll receive later. You can head out the northern gate. When it happens, you'll meet with a contact who can assist near the northern side, about 150 meters away. There'll be a building marked. We'll use the map to account for this and assist you in some way of not needing to be too obvious. They will give you some assistance in moving through the gate. You will recover the horses if you so wish, and then it is in your hands. Is that clear?
That's crystal.
Clear.
Well, whatever you can pull yourself to believe in be with you. But I have things I need to be doing. So, if you wouldn't mind, she kind of pulls that parchment up and kind of twists it, and you watch as it dissolves into a mist in her hands and disappears. Head back to your abode. People will be in touch with you shortly.
I wait there for our map.
Yes.
All right.
One last transaction for the road.
Hmm.
Do you do any business in Alari? Know anyone there?
We had a couple contacts, we'd call it sister organization, but things have been difficult over the last half century, and relationships change. We haven't been communicative, well, the best at receiving at the moment. No contacts that are worthwhile.
That's all I needed. What I have is of no use to you then.
She kind of narrows her eyes. Get some rest. I have a feeling you'll need it.
I'm in my bag, brother.
And each of you hear as the door opens and the dark elf woman kind of ushers the four of you back outside. You all make your way and are led down to that porch, where she gives a polite, curt bow, and you see the door slide close cleanly, and the bolt latch and lock. All right. With that, each of you are able to head back to the Gorgon's Gaze. Yoy and Valden have procured a selection of food for each of you to kind of dig into. As we move further on in, unless if there's anything further you guys would like to discuss, at some point throughout the evening, Laren, you'll be provided with a small schematic showing both the northern edge of Alinar Orin with a building marked where the contact will meet you, a post where the horses will said to be tied off and waiting for you with any supplies that they can give you, and then a rough approximation of the terrain for the next 10-20 miles.
Are there any obviously good ambush spots in the terrain up to the north along the path that they'll be taking?
Make an intelligence check.
Can I provide assistance?
Sure, why not?
I could also make my own. Either way.
I think he's
18?
already rolled them. Let me know what you got.
18?
18, not bad at all. As you scour and look along this, are you looking for cover, concealment, high ground, a choke point? What's the priority here?
Is there any that have both concealment and a choke point?
What you see is there's two general options you can go for. A lot closer, there is a section where the woods kind of pull in a bit. You'd be able to get there a lot quicker, and possibly do some setup. You could maybe fashion a choke point by falling trees, and the trees give plenty of both concealment and, depending on how you set them up, cover. But that would be the first one. The second is a more natural choke point. There's actually a section where the road has rutted in, as the pathway southward of Forbel has been ancient. And as such, the rut has actually been said to have been drawn over with wagon and horse and foot so many times that a small, shallow trench has been made where the road actually cuts about 10-15 feet down below, and people actually made it to be like a slightly shaded spot. With this, there's a small gradient or a small twist to the left that could provide concealment around a small corner. Although if someone rushed you, you'd be technically the same as being out in the open, as well as concealment if you managed to hide yourself as they dropped down into that rut. You could hide yourself on the 10-15 foot ground above them. Those would be your points of interest.
And how close are each of those to the city?
So the first one in the forest is, this would be like almost a full day of travel outside of Forbel, or outside of Alinar or Orin, which would also be Forbel. It's slightly skewed more towards Alinar Orin. If you guys rode hard, you'd get there in the evening, and they would get there at the break of dawn. And so you'd be about a full day away. The other one is way closer, not necessarily in direct sight of Forbel, but as in there would be maybe 3 or 4 hours of travel left before getting to Forbel via just walking. And someone could ride there quite quickly.
Is Forbel 2 days away from here?
Yes.
Is that walking speed or riding speed?
This would be riding speed.
So if we rode hard for
If you
just to that second spot that's closer to Forbel, how far ahead of them would we be?
It depends on whether they push or not, and there'd be some rolls, some con saves on your horses because you'd be pushing them and seeing whether exhaustion takes a factor. But you could theoretically push it there in a little over a day. I'd say like you could probably cut off. It would be like a day and a quarter that if you rode nonstop at danger to yourself and your animal, that you could make it. And then you'd have time. You could have nearly a full day of preparations. But remember, you don't know how traveled that road is from Forbell. You know that Alinar's been locked down, but to your knowledge, no other spot has. And so you could run the risk of someone coming from Forbell. These are all things that you, as a member of the Northern region, are quite confident in, of different risks and rewards.
Like the rut better as an ambush spot, but
As someone that was assisting with this, I have a question.
Please?
About where would they take their first rest?
They would be taking their rest a couple miles, if they did, a couple miles outside of the forest. That's why if you guys ran hard and fast, get to that forest before dark, you'd have that night to prepare and they'd arrive at the morning.
I like the first one better.
you like the forest better.
The first one, theoretically, if you did the ride ahead and everything, you'd be ambushing them in the morning, versus the other one, you'd be ambushing them in the evening.
I'd rather... The evening is better. I'd rather catch them in the night on account of my sensitivities.
Plus, maybe
can
they'll
understand
have
that.
Early enough in the morning,
had
though.
to use some of their other combat resources during the night or during the day. Maybe they won't have as much to work with.
Yeah, I'm just concerned if we're using Alchemist Fire as a means of ambush.
I like to keep my options open.
The forest is very flammable.
Yeah, it could be problematic.
As they
I-
tend to be.
But
I,
that's the
I would
issue
agree
with
with
using
Claire.
Alchemist Fire with it.
I mean,
You
We
were
should
worried
try to-
about the eggs.
Clayron does have a point. We should try to be careful in burning the forest down.
The whole point is to be not caught by the Inquisitor and killed while we're doing this. So preferably not burn the forest down. I think that's going to hurt us way more than it's going to hurt
like
him.
to catch them while they're sleeping, to be honest.
perhaps if we get to the
I trust
forest
myself to
fast enough-
incapacitate one guard in the middle of the night quietly than anything else.
That's what I'm thinking too. That if we can get to the forest fast enough and catch them just in the break of morning before the sun is truly risen, we get the one or two watchmen out of the way, and then we kind of will have less of a challenge.
Hate that idea.
We're not going to catch them while we're sleeping if we're waiting in the forest. They are camping outside of the woods.
That is true. That is true. I missed a little bit, breaking character. I missed a little bit. So the other option is like a rocky canyon, right?
There's
So
a dip in the
it's-
road.
It's a rut that's been worn down through years of use, it sounded like. 15 to 20 feet deep.
10 to
Okay.
15. Doesn't hit 20.
Okay.
15 at its most.
Okay. Is it like on a? Is it a? No pun intended. The grassy knoll, or is it like rocky?
It's more of packed like packed sediment. So it's said. Think of it almost like a human riverbed. This is gonna be me being incredibly specific to. Hey guys, we are all familiar with nature. We've walked a dried out riverbed before. It's similar to that sort of thing, where you can see the bottom of it kind of bowing outwards to kind of cover it. But it's that sort of like because of it, there's no spot for the roots of plants to actually get any water because they just stick straight through the dirt, and so it's become a little barren on those spots.
Okay. And the surrounding area around that even further is... Do we know what that is?
It would be this kind of hillish, grassy like area. So
Okay.
that sort of thing. But for the point of being close by to see stuff, you would be on packed dirt. There's not like it wouldn't, if there happened to be a battle map of it, you wouldn't see the grassy hill part.
Okay, gotcha.
What do you mean, if there was?
If there happened to be battle maps that I'm describing, when James asked for
battle map that
locations,
may or may not exist.
I asked for map. Can we see the map?
So right now it's just the generalization, because I'm not going to show you where the cards are.
Oh, they're already on the map. Okay.
Okay,
You just
you got it.
throw that- just throw that shit in the GM layer.
No.
Ugh.
No.
Wait a minute, Suzanne is totally right.
Suzanne's
That's
right.
easy shit to do.
But I'm a shitter.
Sorry to call you out like that,
Nope.
but
I'm doing it because you guys are looking at sketch maps. This is my actual reasoning. You guys are looking at sketch maps. You wouldn't have exact. Some things shifted. Some things. This is just what you recognize as. Oh yeah, this is a very well-known rut that has happened from allegedly like thousands of years of people traveling through here. And this is a sparse forest that is detailed on the map. You're not going to know where specific trees are. You're not going to know all of that. But those are the possible choices that Glaerun has identified.
I mean, if we plan to ambush them, the rutted area would be better. And there's less of severe damage to the environment that we are actively in. In my experience, it's better not to box yourself in with your own weaponry and damage. So I think if we plan to use a large amount of this alchemist fire, we either have to do it at a distance enough, or we use it to box them into the rutted area and then attack from above. Preferably, if time favors us, a spot where the sun will be to our back, so we are less identifiable, and it's a little bit gives us a little bit more of an advantage.
I mean, I'm gonna say the quiet part out loud. We have to kill this guy.
We can.
We're going to have to do our best, because if he's 4 hours walking distance from a town, that we're inevitably going to have to stop it at least for a moment to re-up supplies. I'd rather not have him upset and on his home turf, so to speak.
It is in my better interest that he is disposed of.
One does not simply get away with firebombing the wagon, is all I'm saying here. But if we'd rather deal with the knoll. I suppose we'll deal with the dip in the road.
Well, let's not look over. Let's not look over the forest. I mean, what would the plan be there if we were to get there early enough that we could plan a little bit and they camp outside? Are we attempting to sneak up on them? I mean, if we are coming from the forest, we have a little bit of an advantage, depending on how close they are, and given, the furthest I think I can throw a reasonable bottle is only maybe 20 feet. So we'd have to be pretty close to stay under cover.
I mean, if you gave me a moment, I could run the numbers and we could try to fell a tree and kill their horses.
I mean, I could also throw out darkness to make it harder for them to see us.
It's harder
We
for
wouldn't
us to
be
see
able-
them, too.
We wouldn't be able to see them, but you know. Hopefully that guy's god has to be able to see through his eyes and not just around.
There's a cat behind me just going absolutely ham on his own hand. It's really taking me out of the moment.
The rest of us couldn't hear that, but now that's all that they're gonna think about.
It's all behind me. I'm so sorry. It's loud. I think it'd be dangerous to chance the magical darkness, but even if it gives us a small advantage against the other foot soldiers there, we could potentially, we could have benefits. But knowing that we also cannot see in there can make it difficult unless we use darkness first. But I don't. We'd have to. What is the plan with the alchemist fire? What is our intention with that? So
I like to have options. We can't burn the cargo. We can burn the cart.
Before, like,
After.
we're throwing alchemist fire. Okay.
Because we only have to get them out of it. Depending on the situation, it may not take that long. It's from what it sounds to me, a shoddily and hastily put together, hastily probably not shoddily, slave cart.
It sounded pretty decently put together, though, from what the mistress's informant told us. But at least with iron bars, I suppose that's doesn't give too much defense. But yeah, I see.
It's an option to have. Worst case scenario, we could use it on the Inquisitor. A horror beyond our comprehension, probably. Immune to fire? I'd hope not.
Glaren, what do you think, in all of your studies at least? What do you think we should do outside of the woods?
What do your 23 years of wisdom tell you?
Hey, he's well read, I will say. These high elves, they know their stuff sometimes.
The forest is, I think, by far the worst spot to do it. But
That's
if we have to
use the
do it
fire. You also have to take into
there, we would
account
just
in order
have
to
hit
get
them
to this.
hard and fast.
In order to get to the second spot, we run the risk of putting ourselves in a less than favorable circumstance. If we happen to lose a horse, or one of us gets hurt, or we don't even get the rest that we require properly. So,
There are ways
depending
to-
on what happens, terrain's more favorable. Our condition effectively cancel all that out.
If we just went faster than usual, like
Mm-hmm.
not working ourselves completely down, but went faster, and then for night shifts, tied ourselves into the saddles and slept in shifts. Could we still get there a fair amount of time earlier?
You would not have a full day, but I would be saying, and again, this would be assuming that nothing went wrong with, like, this is still somewhat pushing yourselves. You're detailing tying yourselves to saddles and taking turns. If you did in fact make it there, you would probably have maybe about if they didn't rest, you'd have maybe about 10 hours, not quite half the time of a full day, but it would still be some substantial time.
I don't think we need any more than 10 hours, honestly.
And just remember, if you need to rest, that takes it down substantially.
Well, resting in the saddles, what would that do for us in terms of rests?
You get uncomfortable rest, where you could gain your HP, skills, and stuff back, but you'd still be rolling for exhaustion. Riding hard implies that you're not getting health back, you're not getting hit dice back, you're not getting spell slots back if you use them, and you're rolling for exhaustion.
Yeah.
You could also catch them while they're sleeping and just be really cautious not to burn the forest down.
We're not in the forest if we catch them while they're sleeping. That's the problem.
We come out of the forest and we catch them, and then we wouldn't have to worry about burning it down.
Yeah. You'd be a couple,
Yes.
like a mile, 2 miles outside of the forest.
I'm assuming it's like plains, though.
Yes, it would be.
We are getting spotted so easily if we try and approach them in, like, plains.
What about maybe we take out darkness, but pass without trace gives us a +10 to stealth checks. We'd
Here's
probably
a
have to
thought.
crawl our way, but it could be worth it.
Do we know where the carriages are? Is there a way that we can delay their leave? Break a wheel? Something to slow them down at least for a little bit to give us some more time to get to the further ambush point?
Like where they're staging them tonight?
Yeah, or yeah, something along those lines.
Could I have you make an intelligence check, both of you?
Oh, sure.
Mm-hmm.
Some of my corn tortillas.
I'm not privy to this, am I? This is a war man thing.
I mean, I just want the person who said it and the person he directly said it to roll intelligence on that.
Okay.
Natural 20.
Yeah, mine's just a 10. so-
Glaren, you
Like Glaren's work.
immediately have the thought spring to your mind, if you damage the carts in the city, even if you were successfully able to do that, the window of opportunity that you guys get to get out of the city is because the carts are leaving. Therefore, you'd be still stuck in the city if the carts get delayed.
Oh. Right.
So we'd have to somehow bust a wheel
Outside.
while they're, like, right as they're exiting the gate, basically.
Is there any
Okay.
on your map there? Is there any decent? Oh man, I don't know. What if we damage
We could.
path travel down a tree? Something.
We could. We could do that. How long would it take us to fell I don't know, a dozen trees if we did it right at the entrance to the forest.
If you wanted to have correct materials for it, aka unaided non-magical swords aren't the best at felling trees, but if you wanted like a woodsman's axe or something else, and where did you say you wanted to fell these trees?
Near the start of the forest.
I mean, the felling of them wouldn't take that much time. It's the maneuvering of them to be actually on the road that would take a bit of time if you're felling trees that don't immediately fall on the pathway. And so it could take a few hours, but it is something that could logically be done. And remember, this is hinging on the fact that they don't rest. That was something that Glaeren acknowledged, is that if you guys rush to the forest, you would have the night to prepare, and they'd arrive in the morning. If they don't rest, the forest is getting lit up at night.
How far is the forest from town? Just over a day, I'm assuming, if they're resting outside of it?
Just over, yeah.
So, let's say we ride hard for a day, fell the trees, rest, go to the next spot at the rut, and wait there. It's hard to say how much time felling trees would gain us because the Inquisitor is there.
So, sorry, real quick too. I mean, how far are we having to pull these trees? Like, are they approaching close enough to the forest or in the forest, or would we be dragging these 2 miles over?
You would have to drag them. If you cut them down at the beginning, they're gonna know.
Well, I guess it's up to you guys.
Know
both are
options
options.
in the road too.
Mm-hmm. And we could pell them a little ways into the forest. That location doesn't matter as much. The point is we have to get there with enough time to do it before they reach the forest, assuming they don't rest.
Can we gain access to a shoddy carriage that we can break in the roadway?
How are we going to get that out of town?
That's true. Yes, that's true. What other ways can we slow them down? Unless they don't rest. I mean, what's the likelihood that they don't rest?
How much would Glaeren know about, magics involving, druidic magics involving, moving earth or weather or anything like that?
Make an Arcana check.
Would
Want
you like
advantage?
advantage?
I would love advantage.
Have double advantage.
You only get it once.
Have
Ah.
That shit's something you can only get with an Elven feat, which I know might pop up at some point in the campaign, but it is not today.
Do you guys just have elf feet in this game?
There's an elf feat which allows you to roll super advantage when you shoot a bow. It allows you to roll 3 dice.
None of us even own a bow.
I know, which is why I think I'm safe. But I knew that running the Elven campaign, that feat might show its ugly head.
Damn, I was even considering buying a bow, except I'm not a fucking elf.
Dude, I know a guy
Look, my phone.
who ran that feat with luck, so he could theoretically roll 4 dice.
God.
It was the worst.
You're just trying to cheese me. That's what that is. He's meaning on
It's
you.
14.
14.
Is.
You know a bit. You know that there is druidic magic that derives from the earth, and if something's derived from the earth, there must be some ways to manipulate it, and probably small methods. Druids are probably more effective within natural spaces, but you aren't aware of the extent of their magic.
How long would it take, let's say, 4 of us to dig like let's say a 10 by 10 hole that's like 5 feet deep?
A 10 by 10 hole.
How
would-
wide is the road?
It would take a bit.
How much explosive?
How long is a bit?
I'm thinking
That we could get that done in like 2 hours if 4 of us were working on it.
if 4 of you, without
Oh, yeah.
without succumbing to exhaustion.
What about 5 of you?
I am definitely out of character.
Mhm.
Me, James, is definitely not as has as good constitution as these guys, and I could dig for 2 hours straight. I've done it.
Yeah, but would it be a 10 by 10 by 5 hole?
That's a lot.
I have done that for digging sprinklers.
It's packed.
Yes.
It's packed dirt. Do you dig packed dirt?
Oh yeah. Yeah,
Dude, you need to come up
Definitely was
to.
not
I was about to
Rocky
name
Bear's
a
not
place
any
where I
better.
used. I was about to name a place where I used to live. That shit took days to make post holes. So I was saying, if you guys want, because you guys are stronger than average people, a lot of you, there would be rolls. It would take some time.
What about a
but it is
5 by 5 by 5?
you do the.
Are they able? Question.
Is that?
I mean, can they not just like if the road has an issue? If these guys were on a mission, is the terrain that bad that they couldn't just ride around it?
In,
Well, here's my plan. Here's my plan.
Off road that
Is
shit?
I wanna Vietnam this shit.
Project Napalm, huh?
Your
I wanna
whole hideout.
So I want to dig a hole, hide it, and so they'll run over it thinking, oh, it's just a pile of leaves or whatever, and now they're stuck in a hole.
Sure. That's actually not a bad
You
idea.
could shit in it too.
Yes, we could. I suppose we could do that.
Oh my
We could do
lord.
that.
Fill it with wooden spikes covered in shit. Yeah, we could do that.
And then we do this Venus style.
You know what? I'm gonna be honest.
do that.
It is digging the hole is something feasibly you could do.
And the road is how wide roughly?
The road would be about probably 15 feet wide in its widest spot, and then in that rut, it would probably be about 10. Like in the northern rut that Glaren's talking about.
Yeah. I think are we doing this in the rut though? I mean, we couldn't do it in the rut. We'd have to do this.
No,
delay
this
though.
is a delaying method.
Yeah.
We
Oh,
would have to do at least like a 5 by 10, I think, to make sure they actually hit it, because I think that card is at least 10 feet wide, right?
Mm-hmm.
We could do 2 5 by 5s and set them in a way where you have to hit one or the other
Mm-hmm.
if you're on the road.
Yeah, I'm okay with that.
And we're talking 2 conspicuous piles of leaves.
It's not all that conspicuous in the woods.
Yeah, it's in the woods. It's not that conspicuous. That is like the most inconspicuous spot for a pile of leaves.
In the woods.
What time of year is it? Is it autumn? Can it be
Yeah,
all
yeah, that's a great question too.
Let me.
what month-
We have
Canonically?
we have the canonical date here. That it is
Like,
the
oh my
14th of High Sun. So let me pull out my calendar.
Oh, that's
That's
good.
summer now.
God. It's like July out
The
here.
middle of summer.
It does sound like a summer name, does it not?
Garbage.
High Sun
Oh.
is the equivalent. Is the equivalent of the beginning of August.
Ugh,
It's fire season.
It's hot.
it is fire season.
Even worse idea. Worst time of year using alchemist fire in the woods.
Yeah. Slowing down in the woods.
Smokey's
is
not here to
awesome,
stop
dude.
me.
Alchemist, I'm here to stop you.
Yes, I'm Smokey.
Tis I, Smokey
This is-
the Bear.
Something I'm going to have to fight you on is that we don't burn the forest down.
These ones always worried about the eggs, never worried about the omelet.
This
What
is a
does the
much
weather
be in
forecast
the
say? Is
forest.
it looking rainy tomorrow?
this. I,
Roll me a
I'm
D100,
gonna say-
James.
I'm
Yes.
just
Oh
gonna
my
say
god. Let's
that
go.
nature is a much
Let's go.
bigger omelet than what we're frying. So
I think those dice are actually out in a different room. Yes, we'll roll these dice. 11.
It is.
Still pretty good.
There is next to nothing in the skies recently.
No!
It would have been beautiful days if not for the
The
fact that most
worst.
of you are spending it underground.
What if you'd manifested that though? You know, crazy.
Crazy.
Would be insane. Man.
well, you never did answer my question. How long would it take to dig a 5x5x5 hole?
This- I
With
have not.
2
had-
and 4.
Yeah. Let me see.
Or we could probably do it like 2 and 3 if 2 people doesn't take that long.
Okay. Oh, I did not realize that there is actually a average a dig speed for D&D. Okay, I've got this.
Oh god.
What's it measured in? Is it cubic
It's
yards?
measured in cubic feet.
I hope whatever the book was giving you is more than what you were going to give me.
How nice do you think the book is? Okay.
1 cubic feet an hour.
1 cubic foot.
If it's 1 cubic foot an hour, I'm gonna fight. them.
No, it's not
Yeah.
one. It's not 1 cubic foot an hour.
Okay, good.
Is it 3?
It is
5.
it is a cubic foot a minute.
Okay.
Okay. Okay.
Okay, so 5 cubic feet is 5 minutes?
That's quite nice, I'd say.
Yeah, that's super nice. We can totally do the 10 by 10 hole. 100 cubic feet, that's like an hour and some change for one
It
person?
does take a
Take 'em out.
check to do so successfully. So
That's my favorite picture.
Yeah, but there are 4 of us doing it.
Okay, but like what do we want to do a 10 by 10 or what if we really go crazy with some 5x5s?
Like, do a whole bunch of 5 by 5s?
Yeah, just make it a fucking
25 cubic
house.
feet, 30 minutes per hole.
Yeah.
Yeah, we can do
Are we?
that.
But what are we covering it with? I mean, are we still trying to do leaves?
Let's just make a whole bunch of holes in the road. What are they gonna do?
You know what? That's fair. And then we poop them.
Go around them.
That's fair. I like this.
How much
It's
space
going to
is
be
there
much
off the road?
harder to move off of the road in the woods than it is to be, especially with horses and a cart, than it is just out in wherever.
2 carts.
Even if they get off of
One's
the
slightly
road,
larger.
it's going to be a lot harder and slower to navigate through that, even if they're off the road. So maybe they fall for it the first time and then they move off, but that's still slowing them down between the getting out and then navigating through woods that weren't meant to be navigated with horse and cart.
Mm-hmm.
Well, it's not like I'll be doing any digging anyway, so it doesn't really matter.
Yeah.
I mean, I
Anyone
could
have
if you
any
wanted to be mean
earth-moving
about it.
spells?
You'll have to start pooping on spears. That's your job.
You are.
You eat them?
What'd you ask me?
The
I
silence
asked if
is
anyone had the
deafening.
ability to cast like, earth-moving magics.
I don't.
That... Just ask me if I have healing magic.
No,
Earth.
earth-moving magics. I know
Uh,
that
Mold
healing
earth.
isn't exactly your forte.
I feel like you've molded earth before.
You'd be wrong.
I certainly would. I've done that before. Didn't one of you
But-
fuck mold earth somewhere?
I've got a few tricks. I could help.
Was it Val? Am I crazy?
Oh!
Did no one mold earth, or I swear someone molded earth?
It
Well-
wasn't me. I can't do that.
I've got something very interesting.
What?
I actually can mold earth.
Fucking knew it was
Huzzah.
you. I
It's a,
fucking
it's
knew
a,
it was you.
it's a
whole
wizard
time?
cantrip, and
Wizard cantrip.
and if we're using the rules that
was sure
JC
folks
gave
are.
me,
Are we using the rules?
No,
The
we're
wizard
playing
rules-
No rules.
No! Wait.
that
yes!
says
Infinite dice.
where is
Be very
Where-
careful what
okay,
you
if-
wish for, Cody. If no rules are implemented,
If
people
we're-
start dying a lot quicker normally.
you have scribed a set of arcane formulas in your spellbook that you can use to formulate a cantrip in your mind. Whenever you finish a long rest and consult those formulas in your spellbook, you can replace one wizard cantrip you know with another cantrip from the wizard spell list.
Mhm.
I agree. I asked JC about this way before, so this is a rule we already agreed on.
Mhm.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I could do the digging then if you really want me to. I didn't think that Mold Earth was a wizard spell. I'm
don't
pleasantly
want you to-
surprised.
I don't want you to do the digging. I want you to make a thin sheet of something relatively solid over the tops of the holes.
Is
Ale or something, you know?
Yes.
Something.
Something that looks like the road, but will break under the weight of the carts or the horses.
Or Creed.
It would be pretty funny for Creed to just fall into one of these fucking holes.
And he lands on poop spear. Yeah, it is still there.
I
Can you mold something like that?
cannot perform that action without like the DM's involvement, because that is not one of the listed ways.
Very well.
So, rules is written. I don't think I can, but JC, could I create a thin layer of earth?
Looking it over, I'll get back to you guys. Don't hold up because of
Don't.
me. I'll see what I got.
Okay.
While he's gone, we should just try and destroy Creed, like right now. And I'd be like,
I can at least dig the hole. That I can do.
Yeah.
I
So
think
you'll
that's a
be
good
able to
start.
help. That'll actually speed us up a lot.
Yeah, mold earth
Yeah.
does not make anything. It just there's a higher level spell that would do that, but not mold earth, not the cantrip.
Yeah. I
What
kind of
about-
figured, but
What about our creative friend Yoey? Do you think they could make camouflage style nets?
If she had the materials, most
That would
likely.
cover well enough?
how long would those take to make, though?
Yeah.
That's my only concern.
Depending on how long, like how large they need to be,
At
she
the
could
very least 5 by 5.
probably, yeah, she could probably make them during the, like, what is it, 2 5x5s? She could probably make, like, ragged bits that could be covered relatively quickly. Probably the amount of time that you guys would need to manually dig out the holes.
So would those be enough cover to cover the holes without drawing attention? Because
It'd be
no
on how well
leaves,
you
'cause it's
disguise
the
them.
dead of summer.
I mean, I mean, really, truly, even if we have nets, that's just going to be the basis to hold, whatever leaves or whatever we throw on top.
Mhm.
So, like, I do think that we should make the nets because that'll better disguise our hole.
Yeah.
Depending on how. Let's see. Hang on. I'm doing a little bit of metagaming. I apologize. I'm reading about Mold Earth.
Maybe we even leave one uncovered to draw them to a very inconspicuous pile of leaves.
Would. Yeah, holes are better. Holes are better. It's like a difficult terrain, but holes are better. I think covering the holes with like debris camouflaging nets could be a good idea.
So here's the thing. I'm not deciding. It's a good idea. Do that. Please
Yeah.
make nets. I'm not deciding. Make nets.
Yeah, let's get into it. Let's do a sewing group montage real quick, where we all get together and it's like Glaren and Aelin like tying knots in rope, like, oh, look at this, and then you're like stitching stuff together. Yo, stop touching a shovel. That tracks.
All right. With Yoi stating that she would not be touching a shovel, she'd be happy to make nets. If you guys wanted to create or get some materials for these nets, you'd be able to do so tonight. And then we'd be moving to morning. Unless if there's something else.
Just to slow them down. I just want to clarify. This is all just to slow them down so we can get to the rut in time.
Yeah.
Without exhausting ourselves or our animals.
Yeah. That's
okay. Just making sure.
Yeah.
Okay. And I do not have a lot of merchandise in my backpack, so I will not be slowed down.
What
am I? Shop delivered?
No, you aren't paintings and a bunch of glassware.
What
last time I had to run, it was bad.
I would assume that Yoi would need rope. Is there anything else that Yoi would need to make nets?
For nets, you would need 1 gold piece worth of supplies to make 2. The 2 that you guys were talking about. I was doing it as you guys were thinking about pulling the nets. You would just need to buy 1 gold piece worth of net supplies.
Okay. Okay.
You guys are only doing 2 holes. That was
We're
a
doing
question,
more
not
than
a
2 holes.
sorry.
If you need more, the price goes up. Just let me know how many holes you plan on making.
I have
will
the gold
fund
for it.
however
I
much
just
we
need to know
need.
how many holes.
I know you got the gold part.
Yeah.
Okay, hang on. If I'm thinking 5 feet,
No.
5 foot hole, that's a pretty good sized hole. If I see like scattered out across like 40 feet, we scatter them 5-ish feet between like 1, 2, skip 15, 4, let's say like 6 holes. That's reasonable.
6 holes would be 3 gold pieces worth of material.
Are we
Do
agreeing
we
something?
have the how long does it? Sorry if you answered this already. How long does it take to make 2 nets?
So, I would
About as-
say
it's
it
about as long
would be
as
the
it
equivalent
takes
of the
to
amount of
dig.
time you guys would need to manually dig.
Okay. And it doesn't take long to dig.
No, you would
If we
be
write-
pretty efficient at this.
Okay.
How many mold earth spells can we use? How many mold earth is
It's a
It's a
cantrip.
cantrip, yeah.
I'm just thinking, well, sometimes it's like you get
can do
1
it.
cantrip.
Yeah.
I can do it.
Yoi,
forever.
and for reference of this, would be using probably the better part of 10 minutes to make the 2 nets. Or the better part of 20 minutes to make 2 nets.
Damn.
since it's a better
Okay.
part of 10 to. So that's
Makes
kind of
sense.
your reference.
Shoddy is efficient.
She knows what she's doing with material. This is her advantage.
A maker.
I feel good with 6 holes.
And then the next question would be, are the nets something that we're going to want to go back and grab for later use?
No.
That
if
is
they
up to
only cost us
you.
a couple of gold and you can make them in 20 minutes, I think we'll be okay.
I don't. If we even do come back, I don't think we'll have. I don't think we're coming back for him.
I don't
Okay.
No.
And my
not brand
idea
it.
is basically I'm going to be making these nets, and then either myself or anybody from the party can go out and collect like foliage or however the fuck you pronounce it to throw on top of the nets. This is
Foliage?
how to character.
Foliage, you're wrong.
Foliage.
Foil.
Um,
Yeah, I mean, I think we can collect some.
Yeah.
if that makes the most sense. I don't know how, or we could make mud and soak the nets in the mud so that way they are like
That's also a very good idea.
they don't sink as much. They're stiffer.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think
But
so.
then again, that's a lot of planning, and I guess it doesn't really necessarily matter.
It might take too
No, I think that's
long.
good.
It might take too long to do that. To soak them and dry them. But we could probably get it to hold up fairly decent with a stick.
I think so too.
So
Was there any waterways on that
it's
map?
gonna break under the weight of a.
Not directly between Alinar Orin and Forbell. Forbell
Okay.
actually has a river running north side, since Forbell is slightly elevated. That would actually run to the northern sea.
Okay, we wouldn't come across any naturally flowing
No, you
or
would not.
easy ways to make mud, though. Okay.
You'd have to
You're
make mud
not-
yourself.
You're not
making
gonna
mud.
believe this.
She's making mud in the pit. I know it.
You can only
It's-
once
it's-
a long rest. Just a reminder
I
for your cantrips, if you're using a cantrip.
yeah. I have to get this cantrip approved anyway because it's from Book of Ebon Tides, and we gotta. All that has to get greenlit as we go. So, but it's funny. It could be funny. It would have been funny, yes. Well, it's gonna take us a day to get there anyway. I can rest.
You
Hopefully,
gotta make holes and mud. Or is it
It's
hopefully?
fine.
The Inquisitor's coming for us today.
He was coming first anyway. This is nothing new to me. I don't know
Give me
about
your
you guys, but I crave violence in a very real fashion.
I think it's in our best interest not to kill the other guards and just to try and silence the Inquisitor. But we'll cross that bridge tomorrow.
I think it's in our best interest if we mount their heads on spikes as a warning.
We need to leave one to tell the tale.
Oh, you lack vision.
You lack
I-
moles.
You lack empathy. I've watched a lot of grieving families.
What a nice thing to say.
And unfortunately, I have to agree with Glaren a little bit as a man who used to have a job similar. Sometimes senseless killing is not always the best.
It's
Creed,
not
however,
senseless.
how's it coming?
They're slavers. They have taken people.
It's possible
Can
they
you
take their
guarantee
job.
that they're not under the impression that those are just prisoners being transported to Forbell for holding?
What's the
You-
difference? That they're
you
being held
weren't-
by the government?
you-
It's the same thing.
You weren't here for the conversation about the Inquisitor. Whoa! You weren't here for the conversation about the Inquisitor. We're gonna have to fill you in on that. Remember earlier when you were talking about his partner?
Yes.
In the simplest terms, we think he ate them.
I doubt it.
I'll let Yoy explain
No,
that
you're-
to you.
In all his 28 years of life, no way. It's-
What I mean to say is I believe
You can't
used
agree with me in one breath and then mock my age in the next.
two things can be true. But
That's what friends do, Lyman. Welcome to the
some
party.
things were described about the Inquisitor, and I have reason to believe that he could have potentially, a very strong potentially here, may or may not have performed some profane act that used his partner to bolster his own life in a way that defies the will of the heavens.
He is a very his presence is very negative. I've gotten a lot of
Also, it does bear the question that they don't know when he entered the city. This guy might not even actually be an Inquisitor, is something we also have to humor. He could have made it all up.
I personally have not heard of him, so it's possible.
I've never seen him, so.
I mean, there's been fake guards running around that aren't guards of the city. So, who's to say it doesn't go farther up?
Look, I agree with everybody. However, killing guards did get us into this situation, so we should probably avoid killing more. Slavers or not.
What I'm saying here is that you don't think we're just gonna walk away from this and have him chasing us everywhere forever?
No, Creed must fall here. I think we're all in agreement with that. I don't think there's a way that we will both free these people and he lives.
I
It's
just don't
assuming
know
that
if
we
he can
can
die
do
is the
that.
problem.
Yeah.
And I understand your sentiments for not wanting to take life without reason, but I'm not willing to have these guards chasing us all over and spreading our infamy farther than the walls we are currently in. What we did leaves here. I'm sure the other cities don't really care about it. But if we have a group of guards that we didn't kill saying, oh yeah, there's this group of bandits running around and they killed an Inquisitor, what that means for us as we attempt to traipse around the northern plains.
Right.
Killing a guard is an off, one-handed, isolated criminal incident. It makes us public enemy number one here, but guards die every day. There's people worse than us attacking guards. But to leave the private entourage of the Inquisitor, of who we have to kill, or we're going to have more complications down the line, to then go and spread the word of what we look like and how we do things, and next thing you know, it's not just the guards, it's the entire northern infantry hunting us down. And then we're going to have to do more than just kill a couple of guards, unless you want to get drawn, quartered, lynched, and burned. I'm not really in the business of that. And, that's all I'm saying here. We got to be very realistic about these things.
I don't know how much we don't have a lot of time. However, I have watched that man die and come back from the dead. I don't know if he can die. So to create the sentiment that he needs to die here, I do not think is possible with our time frame.
We can do everything, but
I mean, how are we supposed to deal with him here then? Surely he will not just let us waltz in when their cart is delayed and let us waltz out with the cargo.
Well, we're not just waltzing in, right? We're catching them in a choke point in a cliff above, throwing down alchemist fire from somewhere they can't see us.
So perhaps we just maim him enough that he can't fight enough to allow us to escape?
Hopefully the guards fall, or the soldiers fall quick enough that we'd only have to deal with the Inquisitor for most of this encounter. If we can get everyone off of the other cart and out into, I guess, away from the cart and away from the Inquisitor, if he's in a worse off shape and we don't think we can win, at the very least, our conditions have been met and we can leave.
I mean, there's the other option of
I agree, it'd be nice if we could kill him, but in the possibility that it doesn't work out that way, at the very least, we should get done what we were hired to do.
the other. Well, there's
I can
two
agree
other
with that.
options that we have available to us. One is that I'd say only two of you sneak in under the guise of night and free the captives and just flee, and that sorts itself out one way or another. And then there's the fourth option, in which I find to be the most unsavory of the bunch, which is we violate our pact, don't perform the task, and just run. But it's not really how I like to do things.
That seems, yeah, that we will burn another bridge. And I think the Mistress has given us an olive branch here that we should not ignore.
So do you
No.
want to burn a bridge or burn an Inquisitor?
Well,
I know what I'm picking.
know
I do
what
have to
am
say
thinking,
that
so.
I cannot be, if we do not plan to kill said Inquisitor, I cannot be seen by him at all during this encounter. He knows a lot about my life back up north.
I think that's fair. I think that's doable.
That's fair, but that's something you're going to have to deal with. I can't necessarily help you with that, more than giving you a blanket to wrap your face in.
I can disguise myself. I have a lucky little spell for that. So maybe two of us, Yoi pointing between herself and Glarin, can guard disguise and let them free? Like Ophelia was saying?
I don't think a guard disguise is your best bet. You don't think they're not gonna notice two extra soldiers showing up?
We'll have to sneak in, yeah. Sneak in the night.
It'd be better for me, and I'm gonna say Val, but really it doesn't matter, to sneak in under the cover of night with Pass Without Trace and free them that way.
I am also particularly sneaky.
I'm not opposed to taking you.
I just
That is,
don't
of course,
like.
we could catch them at night.
Yeah, that's where I'm like, I don't know that approaching them at night is an option.
I think the rut is our best bet.
Yeah.
I think perhaps we have a distraction team and we have like an infiltration team. Try and sneak your way around if possible. We down the guards. Half of us try and deal with Creed, while the other half break the prisoners free and try and get them out of there. And if we're able to escape, try and make our escape.
I think if
But I think we
most
should
of
be
you,
prepared.
I think if most of us go at it, and maybe only one or two of us sneak around the back and try to free while everyone else is, the soldiers and the Inquisitor are distracted, that might be your best bet. And I'm willing to volunteer myself for that task.
I'm inclined to face Creed, so I will let you guys decide who needs to try and free the prisoners, but I know my place.
I should probably also assist with dealing with Creed.
All I'll say in the matter is I may not be able to aid you if we intend on leaving these individuals alive, as it's a bit harder to hide what I look like than it is for you. I'm a rather noticeable individual, if you understand. So my hand is tied.
I wouldn't sell yourself too short. Maybe we leave you up on the knoll and you can assist from above.
Yeah.
Maybe he'll be stupid enough not to realize that your short stature isn't lack of legs, but maybe just your person laying in an odd position.
Or he
knows?
notices me immediately, and I get struck with an odd arrow.
Try and avoid that if you can.
Yeah. Such is life, though, I suppose.
Maybe our other caster. Maybe we have Val up top too.
I don't know how much you saw down in the sword when facing the creature, but I think you're going to want him down there in the pit with you. It might do you well.
I'll admit the sewers are a little bit hazy.
Jesus, that was like... What, that was like 4 days ago? And by 4 days, I mean like... 8 months?
I mean, you're right, but I also passed out like 5 times.
Yeah,
so,
they're barely conscious throughout that.
so
Yeah, it was a bad... I was right there with you. Yeah, those 4 days for like 4 months.
So if you think we should have Val down there, then I'm fine with that.
I mean, he can make his
Am I
own
going-
choices.
Am I freeing the prisoners alone, or is someone coming from that side with me?
Perhaps, Yoey, if you're trying to stay out of his eye, that could be a good spot for you.
I can do that. I am pretty sneaky, but if you're also casting Pass Without Trace, I'm sure I'm not going to need it too much.
Just for shits and gigs, what is your modifier?
What's that?
Give me like 10 seconds. I gotta pull this shit up.
10, 9.
9, 8,
God damn it, god damn it, god damn it.
6.
She crumbles under pressure.
Plus 4.
Whoa!
Oh. Matching.
How is this goat as sneaky as I am?
Dude, damn. Sneaky as me too. Jesus.
Woo!
Clearly, you
Sneaky
also
is
have a
so
+2 in Dex with your proficiency.
Feeling
Clear.
it. I'm trying to sneak around, but the clop of my hooves is alerting the guards.
Clip clop, clip clop.
You
I wish I
sound
was-
like 2 coconuts.
That's really funny.
So,
That sounds like we have a pretty solid game plan, huh?
so me and Yoi freeing prisoners from behind while Aelin, Laren, and Val attack from the front with Ophelia yucking bombs from above.
That seems
Is
to
that-
be... I think that seems to be the game plan.
Okay.
It's gonna be terrible if JC rolls a perception for them and he's like, "Oh yeah, dude, there's holes in the road. We gotta stop here and go around."
There's
Even if that happens, it's going to be like quite a delay.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
I think regardless, even if they don't fall in the hold, it's again, you're trying to travel through forest where you're not supposed to be traveling
That's true.
with
Yeah.
a horse and carriage. It's
We'll be
whatever
okay.
happens, it's going to slow them down.
Let's do this. Let's go buy some nets.
all right.
And shovels.
Yeah, shovels. We do need shovels.
And a protein bar for Ophelia, our local earthbender.
4 shovels and 3 gold worth of crafting supplies to make 6 nets.
All right. How many shovels?
Should I-
4.
4 shovels. Shovels are 2 gold piece a shovel. So
Jesus.
I'll
that
pay for them. I
8
got it.
8 gold pieces for shovels and 3 gold pieces for net material.
I can get the net
That is-
material as well.
Feels really expensive for a shovel.
I will
We're
send
just
Okay.
really poor.
I will send you the screenshot, my man.
These better be good fucking shovels.
It's
Matt
type
+1 shovel.
utility.
Plus 1 shovel.
The sturdiest
How much-
shovels I've ever seen in my entire life is what these
Dude,
better be.
I feel like your
If I
average
hit him in with a
commoner
shovel.
can't afford a shovel.
A gold
Yeah, that is true.
That is true. We pull up to the bar and there's one guy who
gold
can't even
is the
gamble 5
equivalent.
copper.
A gold is not as much as people are tended to believe. People get paid in gold. It's something that you'd be saving up for, which if you are dirt poor would be something that you save up for because it's a tool.
I think
Jesus.
a farmer
yeah,
makes like,
like-
what, 10 gold a week, maybe a bit less. Might be 5.
I will look up the
How
lifestyle,
much is a
but
hoe for a farmer?
How much is a hoe?
how much is a hoe?
Well, the lather house wasn't too. Bad joke. Bad joke.
Mods, dip him in hot tar.
Feather this fool.
Feather him. Feather him.
I can't even look up the farmer tools because it just brings up 5e custom farmer subclass.
Hey, yo.
You've got a strong back. You got soft hands.
What's the farmer class?
These are
The custom
these are
farmer
like-
class.
I'm working.
So yeah, for
Mhm.
context, a regular human shovel in the real world is $25, which
Jesus.
That depends on the shovel you buy. though.
So that
Like,
means
that was the-
so
shitty shovel for,
with
like
yeah.
$10.
Well, sure,
With
but we're
how-
not buying the shitty one. We're buying the one that can do a cubic foot in a minute.
Right.
The cubic foot shovel.
That's a lot of dirt. You got to buy the good shovel for that.
The cubic foot shovel is needed.
Yeah,
I
we
need
can
a
get
plus-
to.
I need a +1 shovel that can move 2 cubic feet.
I can move
For every plus, you
Five
get an
cubic
additional
feet
cubic
in
foot.
about 6
Yep.
seconds.
Thank you.
My shovel's
like
a plus
Stardew
3. I
Valley,
can
you
get
get the-
4 cubic feet of dirt.
Yeah, you get like the 3x3 square
Yeah.
in Stardew Valley with the shovel.
The
That's
tactical,
good to do it.
the tactical tri shovel.
We'll be okay. Shovel expensive, but we'll be okay.
Yeah. So altogether,
It's
the
a
sho-
life purchase.
you got all 11, Glavin?
Yeah, I paid for all the shovels and the materials for the mats.
Alrighty. Sounds good.
You only pay for that, but whatever.
With that
Always pay
material,
material.
with that material gotten, I'd assume the stuff kind of doled out, unless if Glaren's holding on to everything until then. But
I
materials,
will dole it out,
okay. I'd assume,
at least until we get to the horses, obviously.
yeah. Stuff gets doled out. A plan seems to have been made. Unless if there is any final conversations that anyone in the party wants to have, whether it's one-on-one or as a group, just let me know. Otherwise, we're going to the next day.
I will pull Glaren aside real quick, and I'll punch him in the arm, and I'll say, "Hey, you got to start somewhere. I don't mean to be so rude about you being so young. We just got to haze you every once in a while."
It's alright. I understand my youth doesn't exactly inspire confidence in a lot of people.
Yeah, but you know, I have been surprised by your generation before. Anyway, great planning. Let's go kick some.
Yes, let's do that.
Okay. With that, each of you settle down for the night. In the morning, there will be plenty of stuff for you to do, but you guys each settle down and try to quiet yourselves in ways that will allow you to find fruitful rest.
You see, in this quiet time, I have a proposition for you.
Mm.
I know visions aren't exactly something we can bring upon at will, but how would you like it if I said, hey, I got this leftover portent die that I didn't use today, a shred of prophecy. Could I use it to open my mind's eye and see a vision of the current status of Alari since I have it left over?
To try and delve because right now you're
right now they're just coming to me. I want to look.
Yeah, well, right now, because when you have these visions, these more potent ones, because the past 3 visions that you get are the most potent, and the most recent one is the one that keeps reoccurring. They're the ones that wake you, basically. These aren't like a
so
one.
I'm having this on repeat.
Yes.
Okay.
And so I would say I'd be, if you wanted to try and delve any sort anything deeper, it would be something that could be attempted to culture over time, and we can do that as like some sort of a mixture of cumulative, I guess, training your mind to do so, to make more sense of it and to understand more, and also small bits and pieces might be shown.
Okay.
So
what I really was looking for is like if the ash is starting to move,
sure.
and then as it starts to flow, that's what I want to know. But if I'm having it repeatedly, just let me know if there's any changes in it then.
Sounds good. As of the moment, you are still seeing the ash settle around the city, almost kind of cutting it off in this mostly completed circle that only gets cut off itself when it reaches the water. But rest finds all of you with no issues. Each of you awake with either a small sense of excitement or dread. Either way, each of you are able to meet back together, and you know the time is short. The start of the day is when this is scheduled to be set off, and as such, you have little to no time. The 6 of you meet below. What are you doing?
Everybody packed up and ready to hit the road?
I'm ready to go. I think we should get.
Oh, shit, I have to swing by the fresh flask and grab my shit before we leave. I'll be right on my way out of town. It'll be fine. Quick and easy.
Cannot believe you right now.
All right.
It's just, does Yoey have stuff up there too, or is it just you?
I'm not sure. Yoy?
Yoey might be with child.
Yoy.
Was I summoned? I'm so sorry.
Yeah. Do you have stuff at the fresh flask?
Did I leave stuff at the fresh flask? Is that what you asked?
Yes.
Yeah, did you?
Oh, fuck.
We're stopping there for glitter and shit, so if you did, that's
So
okay.
might as well, yeah. You know, might as well head back up one more time.
I know we were talking about moving to the underground, and I don't know if I stop back, so probably.
All right. Well, you guys plot an extra spot on your journey. If you leave at the same spot of the hookah lounge, each of you kind of quietly, as though you're packing things to, almost like packing to head to the airport, you've gathered up your bags, and all of you are able to make your way to the surface of Alinar Orin, with the sky beginning to churn this beautiful violet color as a few spots of thin clouds reflect the light from the cresting sun. things are about to get underway. But first, is there any particular fashion you guys are traveling up to the Fresh Flask? Or are you just walking the early streets?
Want to just have Yoy and I walk in there? Avoid risk of anyone else being recognized.
I don't want to go inside, so
I think that'd be the best idea, yeah.
I also don't want to.
Okay.
While we're waiting,
Please,
can
please.
I make, or I guess on the way there / when we get there, and while we are there, can I make a perception check just to make sure we're not being assassinated and or maliciously followed by a flying purple eating person?
Sure.
How's this gonna go?
Joy
flying
or
purple
Al
people
makes
eater.
a really good point,
I
and
want
I would
horn.
also like to roll a perception.
Yay!
Sounds good. You two can roll perception.
I can't help you.
If you guys are also trying to stay out of sight, I would also like stealth from anyone that is not walking out in the open.
I'll bet I'm gonna do that too.
And then I'm gonna roll to see if anything interesting is happening that could endanger you.
I'm okay.
Ooh,
Unnatural.
that's-
Synthetic 20.
Synthetic 20.
Okay. Okay. I have a dirty 20 for my perception and an 8 for my stealth.
Nice.
I have
I agree with that.
a 22 for my perception
Sick.
Hey, yo.
and an 18 for my stealth. I'm
Yeah.
locked and loaded.
Nice.
I hate it out here.
All right. You guys step through the
There's
streets.
Great.
A couple times you can hear a boot scuffle loudly against the stone, but as and Val are both watching curiously behind them for any danger, nothing seems to appear besides the random citizen kind of stepping through. Luckily, as you guys make your way up to the Fresh Flask, no event seems to happen, nothing too intense, and Valden and Yoy are able to head into the Fresh Flask and gather anything that you've left behind there. I'd say make...
You mean Chloe?
Yes, Glaren and Yoy. Thank you. You guys are also welcome to make some quick perception checks as you're inside the Fresh Flask.
I would like to, yeah.
Marcel floating around in here. $15.
15. And Yoy?
Hold on, I'm sorry. I have to pick up roll dice online.
Uh-oh.
18.
18. A thing both of you notice is that the sergeant that both of you had separate but no less meaningful conversations with is not present at this spot. Hopefully he's either asleep or off on patrol, but it is something you notice. Thankfully, the Inquisitor is also not present here, but you do see a couple groggy soldiers kind of over their tables.
You have a bottle waiting for me?
Oh, no. You sweet summer child. You still expect a bottle from the Inquisitor. There's nothing in the realm of liquor to collect.
God
But
damn it. I really want that bottle.
Glaren, as you are picking up any supplies that you've left here, do you have a bag of something? Do you have just a roll that you've left? What's there?
Yeah, just my bag and my trident.
Got you. As you go and pick up the bag, you kind of slide it over your shoulder and you move to pick up the trident and you hear like this little clack sound of something almost like falling off of it. And as you kind of kneel down and look, there is a small about the size of a golf ball, relatively small, probably hermit crab shell that was fallen off of your trident. That's it.
Brother, you're not gonna. Never mind.
I'm
Nah,
gonna
not
crush
my
that
place.
into the floor.
It shatters underneath your boot, and you turn on your heel, leaving the broken specks of red and white shell on the ground, the door closing behind you. All right. Now, the 6 of you with all of your gear collected, no issues inside, step over to slightly east of the main gate, about 120, 130 feet. There's a building that is marked on Glairen's map. And as you step over, there is an unassuming looking individual that would draw no alarm bells at all from any standard passerby, except this this young man, human. You can see basically this just fuzzy beard that is both unkept and not fully grown in at all, kind of covering his neck and face, is just loitering around, as well as the fact that he is standing next to and also conveniently out of direct line of sight of the main gate at the marked building would tip off you, Glairen, and the rest of the group that this might be your contact, as there's no one else immediately around. Most people are standing close to the gate. Most people are looking over that, as you can see that there is an increased presence. Would you guys like to approach him?
Yeah, let's just casually approach him.
Sure.
Good morning. You all look like you could use a pick-me-up in the morning. Am I correct?
Yes.
Kind of looks around. I see. And he pulls out this odd crinkled sheet to some of you. Those of you of higher arcane knowledge, the spellcasters of the group would recognize this as a spell scroll. Right. This will give you about an hour. More than enough time to get to your rides. Don't dilly-dally. And don't get into a fight at the gate. It comes off if you do that. Understood?
Understood.
Pleasure to never see you. And he starts muttering.
Same with you.
And you feel this kind of weird shiver kind of pull over you, and almost enough that like you shudder, and as you shudder it almost like brings a little bit of mistiness to your eyes as you see him tear the spell in half, and as it does, each of them burn like 2 separate candles. As first, the group of you that got a little bit closer naturally, Glairen, Aelin, and by results, Ophelia, the other 3 watch as they start to shimmer almost as if like they're becoming a little bit harder to see, almost like a haze pulls over them, but it's not hazier. And then you see in your periphery, almost like half a second later, the same thing happens to you as the entire group becomes invisible. The man kind of like rubs his fingers, almost like pushing the ash off from his fingerprints. Kind of rubs his chin and neck, pats down his pants, kind of looks around, and then without acknowledging you guys, begins to stroll southward.
Well,
What do you say? Let's get to it.
No time like the present.
And all of your voices are heard. Although you're invisible, you are not unnoticeable. As you all sneak your way over, I would like a stealth check with advantage from the group if you're not doing anything else.
Can't cast Path without a trace, you'll lose your invisibility.
Hey,
never mind. I'll shut up.
hey,
I had a different idea, but I'll shut up.
hey, JC.
Advantage 7.
If
Is another future?
if any active roll goes towards me that like may be a problem, can you let me know?
Sounds good.
Thanks.
Oh
I appreciate
my
it.
god! I gotta send a picture. I just rolled 2 20s.
Hell
We're-
yeah.
We're going to die.
For a total of 24.
24.
Why is my camera working?
I got a 10.
Okay. I need to write these down. These are important. 24 and 10.
14.
To be okay here.
I'm assuming I don't make one, right?
10. You said 14?
Unless you're yapping back there. Yeah, 14.
Okay. You would not. Val Yoy?
That's crazy, bro.
23.
23.
I rolled a 1 and a 19.
Ooh,
And
spooky,
I
spooky.
almost died.
Bad news. Actually, I might even say horrible news. Sorry, everybody else, and especially you, Suzanne.
Did you do the
I
opposite?
was a little. I was
Did you roll
well
big one?
halfway. Halfway. I was a
Don't
little too stealthy before, and now I'm reverse stealthing. I did only get a 10.
Okay, that I
You
thought you
made
got,
it like it was
It's
some
fine.
whole
like it was
huge
double
thing.
nat ones or
Well-
some shit.
I was gonna say it was a 1 and an 8, so it was pretty bad.
Okay.
A 10 is perfectly reasonable.
Perfectly
You're
average,
not
I might
the
even say.
you're not the lowest, but you do tie the lowest.
Almost as bad.
All right. Well,
Which means by proxy actually is the lowest.
as you guys head over to the northern checkpoint, you can see a collection of townsfolk and guards kind of collected there, as well as a few soldiers that are not fully geared up. People seem to have some sort of expectation, some knowledge, and it doesn't take long, only about 5 to 8 minutes before you hear the rumbling of carts. Horses stepping across cobblestone as these two covered wagons, box forms over, almost like a wagon with a box set in it. What you'd expect to see like a crate that's been covered by a tarp. As you can see this about 5 foot tall crate that rises out of the wagon with this long blanket or tarp kind of pulled over. This first wagon is quite large, this dual 10-foot wide and about 25 feet long wagon. It is a bit of a monster, and dwarfing coming behind it is about a a relatively small A5 by 10 wagon with a smaller but still 5 foot tall crate coming off the back of it, looking extremely dinky in comparison. You can see leading this, there are a couple people on foot leading the horses, but on the back of it, on the actual spot where the person would be leading the cart, you can see a soldier that is fully donned in their gear, a kind of sash that has been kind of given to them, this almost kind of like red marking sash that is across his chest going from the left shoulder down to his right side, as well as a second one that is sitting on top of the larger crate, kind of hanging off the back of the cart. You can see kind of sitting next to him is this very long war bow and a quiver kind of pulled from his back. He has the same red sash across his form. Another third individual is in charge of the smaller cart, and then riding a separate horse next to them with the crimson armor, the deep jewel inset, and the very well-kept, kind of almost glowing, smiling appearance, but some of you could swear that there is no warmth behind the eyes as he kind of looks over the small crowd that has taken view of him. You see the Inquisitor Creed. As there is a active perception check that Creed is going to make now.
I know his future.
Creed rolls and gets.
He's a bit big-headed today because he got a natural 1.
Sounds good.
God bless.
As
God bless.
he kind of looks and scans quickly over, as you even see the guard on the back with the bow kind of raise a hand to wave, and Creed almost like you hear his voice kind of move up. We don't have time for that. We must move northward. As his voice kind of pulls out, you can hear the crowd just almost. It's almost like a physical impact of his voice kind of swelling over them. And with it, a small salute comes from the soldiers out there, and the guards at the checkpoint move, and you hear the gates begin to creak open. Are you waiting, or are you going now?
Going.
Yeah, let's go.
We
All right.
go, right?
You move
All
to
the motion.
get in front of the carts. Each of you give me...
Wait.
Wait.
The carts have not moved yet. The gate is just opening. Are you trying to get in front before they move, or are you going to try to get through the tail end? Or are you going to try to move in lockstep with them? Those are your three options.
I'm not the one walking, but I kind of don't want to get ran over. That's all I'm going to say. I don't want to get bumped into.
Shoot. Would
So-
more people notice? Yeah. Did we fall? I think we should follow him out.
We just risk like
Let's
missing
follow
it if we fall out.
Do as you guys like. I'm prepared for everything. Let's just do it.
Your choice. State what you're doing. You do not have to follow
I'm
each
going.
other. All right, you're going before the
All
cart.
right. Let's yeah.
Go before the
let's
cart?
Go first.
Everyone
I'm going
who's
before.
Let's just get him.
everyone who's going first, give me an initiative roll.
That's the last
I-
thing.
Can I roll this one?
You're
No,
not.
dude, don't worry
in-
about it.
You're getting moved with Aelin.
Hey.
I just want to
Let
be
your
included.
let your legs handle this one. Let your legs handle this one, okay? Synthetic 20, please.
Synthetic 20. Okay.
4.
4. Okay.
12.
12. All right. Velen and Yoy.
Do I not have the option to not be in front of the cart?
You can choose to not. You can choose to either try to walk alongside or walk back. Each of you guys can make separate decisions.
I mean, is there room enough?
You're not sure. You hear the slight scuffle of multiple people moving as the gate begins to pull open. It is your choice whether you want to move with them or try to do your own thing. If you're moving
there anywhere I
before,
can, like-
give me the initiative roll.
Is there anywhere I can like hang on off the outside or no?
Like on the outside of the cart?
Yeah.
You're
Like hang off of instead of being in.
You're welcome to. They're not moving to jump into the cart. They're moving to slip through the gate before it opens completely for the carts to move through.
Oh, okay.
Your three choices are to try and beat the carts outside of the gate, move alongside the cart, or try to rush through after the cart. The four people who have given me their initiative are electing to attempt to move through before the cart.
That's not good. I probably trip and fall under the cart. I, as a matter of fact, have rolled a total of 5.
Sounds
for my
good.
Initiative.
Oh, better than me.
Before we go about this, what did you decide?
Shit. Do we know if the prisoners are gonna be?
You probably don't.
God damn it, guys. This would have been fantastic to discuss. I'm just gonna go, I guess.
Initiative then.
I'm using a good boy point. I'm not taking this.
I'm not mucking with this.
Yes.
The first time she
Understandable.
uses one is for this?
This is a
No,
good
that's
use.
healthy. That's healthy.
About
Yeah, it's
damn
good use.
time.
Between this and
I'm not
gambling,
taking a
yeah.
3 initiative, guys. I'm not fucking doing it. I'm sorry. 21.
21. All right.
She can't keep getting away with
Anyone who rolled above a 10, you do in fact make it before the carts. As the other two of you, you might have tripped up a little bit or even connected with each other since you don't have exact knowledge of where your companion is. And you can see as you kind of almost spin around, kind of glancing off of each other, you see the cart bearing down on you. Please make either your choice of a athletics or acrobatics check. Only Val and The rest of you are good.
Athletics or acrobatics?
Yes.
I'm gonna go with athletics.
Okay.
Uh, 21.
21. Okay. Val?
Okay. I was just checking my modifiers. Oh! Somehow, some way, things have actually gotten worse. Because it was athletics or acrobatics?
Yes.
Correct? Well, I got a 4.
Okay.
Do you not have a
God, you
point
died.
yet, good boy? Too late.
It is too late, and I only have 1.
Good
I'm
boy
not
point is
high
a
roller
reroll. It's your choice.
like Yoy. I'm not cool.
Okay.
You know, whatever happens, happens. Right? Isn't that what they
Alright.
say?
You
All roads lead to fate.
This might be a
All feet leads to the
real
road.
sad end of the episode. Let's find out.
I die.
So bad.
You are able to kind of muscle, you kind of push yourself up and skirt past the edge of the horse and actually do kind of catch your hand on the edge of the cart, and it kind of walks you out. Val, you attempt to push yourself out of the way, but slip again on the rocks as you do get stepped on by one of the horses. You take 6
Ow.
points of bludgeoning damage. Please make me a concentration check.
before you do that, let me check something. Hey, what's your plus and con? Can you tell me that, please?
+2.
Have fun.
Yay! It was a 6 bludgeoning damage, correct?
Yes, and make a Constitution saving throw for your con check.
It is better than it is worse. 15.
15. You may you're not immediately conditioned to yell out and break your cover. You do stay silent as you get stepped on by the horse, and the horse kind of wobbles for a bit. Make me another acrobatics or athletics check right now, as you are not in this exact moment in between the horse and the cartwheels of the big cart.
Hey, what's your bonus to that?
2.
All the way across for everything?
Well, my athletics is 1, so...
Have fun!
And I would like to note I have proficiency in athletics, and it's still only a +1.
How the fuck?
Because I'm not a strength build. That's not my shit. Okay,
I
Hey.
mean,
better than last
Why
time.
did you put proficiency into the athletics?
So it wasn't a
I might have
minus.
just
he
forced-
just said that he did. and He
So
still
it
has a
wasn't-
plus.
So it
one.
wasn't a minus.
Right,
is
that's
what
why
his
I
reasoning
asked
was.
why he did if he doesn't have a plus already.
So he doesn't have a minus.
Because now it's not a minus. Right. I have no minuses on any of my abilities.
I'd rather have
Second.
nothing than less than nothing.
See how many I get.
What'd you get?
And
How many is wrong though?
17. How many is never wrong,
17.
please? 17.
You
I win.
find a slight moment of yourself. It almost jolts a bit of adrenaline through you as you push outwards. A small grunt is lost in the sound of the cart creaking and the stomping of the horse as you push yourself through, don't reveal yourself, and are now outside of the gate with the rest of the group.
That's right.
Each
it
of
only
you-
took me 6 damage.
Take a each of you not fully sure how everyone's done, just assuming, because you have to, that the group has made it outside. Either for even a second, just turn and you can see this small 3-piece caravan set out and move. The race has begun. You gotta go get some
Find them
horses.
horse. Also, Alpha, I'm gonna remember this when you take a fighter level. I'm remembering this.
How's he going to take a fighter level? He doesn't have the strength for it.
My point is multi-classing.
Exactly.
The fighter level is just the joke.
As the 6 of you make your way over to the eastern edge of the wall, you all can see the caravan heading due north, off on a road, transporting its cargo to the capital city of Usapait. What lies beyond and ahead, hopefully, is a successful mission and rescue. But that's for next time, as we're going to end session here. The planning is done. Next week, action, fighting the Inquisitor. Thank you everybody so much for watching. I'm glad everyone got
So-
here.
We're getting levels if we kill this guy, right?
I don't know.
We get 3.
I think we should.
Here-
Multi-classing into fighter. Just for you, Suzanne. Smile.
We're gonna have a lot of problems with this guy, and one of two things happens: either we do it, or we get our
Got.
shit so incredibly rocked,
Yeah.
we 3
Imagine,
out of 6 of us flee,
imagine
and
that
Yoy
this is
gets
the end
taken
of
as
the
like a
campaign.
concubine or something, man.
Imagine that this is the end of the campaign.
A
It's just
concubine.
everyone gets fucking annihilated. That's wild.
Could be.
It's
Welcome
I'm
to
very
Usapait, my
curious.
6th Revenant campaign.
I'm very interested in seeing how Creed, since you guys have seemingly committed to fighting him, I'm curious to see how that's gonna go down. But first and foremost, thank you so
Horribly.
much to the 6 of you for coming in. It was, as always, a massive pleasure. I do enjoy playing in this world immensely. And if any of you are still watching live on Twitch, thank you so much. If any of you are watching the restream on YouTube, thank you again. If you haven't yet, please follow or subscribe. We'd be playing regardless, but it's good to know other people enjoy it as well. And before we get out of here, I'm going to... this one's difficult. Tonight is a difficult night. But I'm going to reward some decisive action. It was a close race. Two of you stood out in my mind, although you all are incredible, and I feel more and more guilty the more and more we have the end of sessions and you guys ask for inspiration. But tonight, for being a decisive actor, a decisive planner, and having complex morals getting revealed, I'm gonna give inspiration.
Hey, oh,
Congratulations. It was you guys are all amazing.
yeah, I guess being okay with killing people but not burning down the forest get me some good stuff.
There was
Quite complex.
Who was in close
there
running
was,
though?
there was
Who
some
was in
other
close running?
thing.
It had to be.
Thank you everybody
Bruce
so
Wayne,
much for
right?
watching. I hope you all
it was-
had I hope you all had a wonderful night.
If it was me, it was Glarin and then Aelin, right? Like,
I mean, Valdin got stepped on by a horse.
I mean,
That alone
yeah.
is pretty worth it
Yeah,
for
that's
me,
pretty
but
tough. That's pretty
it depends.
Absolutely.
I mean, no shade to Alpha, but I don't remember Alpha saying much all session.
Oh,
Yeah, he made up for it by getting fucking trampled
Getting
and almost
stepped
blowing the
on.
plan.
Dude, that was probably the most dangerous thing that's happened in a couple of episodes, because you'd be
Oh yeah.
a couple feet away from an Inquisitor.
Couple feet, not supposed to be here. Illegal magic,
Dead.
and you're
Very
blue.
illegal magic.
You're blue.
And you're dead.
And you're blue.
There's blue Dabba D. But thank you everybody so much for watching. We'll have I can't wait for what's to come. What problems these lovely individuals are gonna have to face, and I hope you're here to see them as well. There's a restream tomorrow on YouTube, and I hope to see you there. But have a wonderful rest of your night. I'll see you in the next stream. Take care. Bye now.